Boom. So this is RB Visuals, also known as RB Visuals JA, representing for the one and only 24 Dancehall Top Shotta series. If you're not tapped in, you'll be tapped in soon. Don't wait till it's too late. My name is Romario Brown, also known as RB Visuals. I've been shooting music videos for about 4 or 5 months now, from since March 1st. And the way it happened was pretty natural. I was born in Jamaica, but I was raised in Canada. I did university in Canada, so I was working a job in finance, investment banking, and a personal event happened that led to me being back in Jamaica. And while I was here walking around my neighborhood, I had an expensive camera, which I used for traveling. And I had a YouTube channel at the time, and I ended up just shooting a music video for him. One thing led to another, and I ended up meeting Andrew Blacks through a mutual friend. And it's kind of how I got into the music industry down here. And yeah, that's a bit about me, high level. Yeah, so it really just my passion is from a younger age, I used to model, and I used to throw a lot of parties in university. So I always enjoyed capturing people's moments. So then once I was able to find the bridge between capturing people's moments and also like highlighting people's vision uh, from like an audio perspective, like a song to actual music video, kind of fell in love with that. And over time, I've been able to really just bring out some pretty dope concepts and actually be able to really bring some crazy ideas to life. And I think that's what keeps me going on a daily basis. So the reason why I selected this video is because as of right now, it's one of my biggest videos. And shout out to Nhance. He kind of gave me the opportunity to work on this, and I had a lot going into it, and had a lot of ideas. And to be honest, all my ideas it didn't work, and nothing we had planned actually worked. And I think that's what makes this video so great. And I guess the funny story behind this is, I actually edited this video in 2 hours. It was a rush. The song blew up on TikTok. So you kind of had to just get it out ASAP. And, that actually forced me to be much more simple than I actually had planned. And it just kind of showed me that simplicity always wins. You hear it all the time growing up. And because, I kept it simple, the video still, did pretty well, 1.5 million views. So yeah, it gave me, I guess, more options to work with. And I guess another part of this, what kind of speaks to me in volumes, is really just like the whole atmosphere of the video. Like you'll see as you watch it, and I'll explain it to you guys, you'll see the way I shot it. I had shot it in a way that was like, I wanted to do a lot of effects, right? And because I wasn't able to use a lot of effects, and because I was on a time crunch, and because I knew that, okay, the song is viral online, I need to get this done, I had to kind of, be like humble enough to know, okay, this is like decent work, but trusting enough to know that, this is a good song, and the artist will help me bring this idea to life. So I'm just glad the way it all played out. And as a quick backstory and kind of how I got into the music scene in Jamaica, to be a bit more in depth, I basically started shooting March 1st. I flew down. Every person I knew that wanted a video, I started working with them. Shout out to Slingers, he believed in me from an early age, and Nance gave me the opportunity as well to shoot 5 videos for him in like, I think it was 4 days. And over a time span of about 1 month, I shot 20 videos, and that resulted to me kind of, being a bit more solidified in the space, and then people kind of know who RB was. And that eventually led to me creating my YouTube channel, where I was basically, well, my channel was already up, but it led to me basically pushing a lot of the content I had with being around a lot of famous Jamaicans, a lot of famous Jamaican dancehall artists on my YouTube, which within a month span also blew up. I had like over 110,000 views. My YouTube is Romario Brown. If you don't know already, go check it out. All right, dope. So to kind of get into the video and explain a bit about the concept. So essentially, the song talks about him turning into a monster. So I thought that'd be pretty good for him to basically reenact where he's kind of intoxicated. He's going through some deep feelings. He wants to just show that he's actually like losing his sanity. So the original plan was really to show him literally like having his eyes turn red, him like ripping shirt and like literally turning into a monster. But as I said, many of the effects didn't really come to play. So for the intro scene, you'll see him walking basically down the street, just like, as I said, intoxicated, showing that he's actually hurting, showing that people and society have actually like messed him up mentally. Um, and right here, what I did was I used a slow shutter kind of represent the dizziness, kind of like the drunk effect. So you'll see him kind of stutter and like move pretty slow. Things are pretty like delayed. Then yeah, here is just him just performing, typical performance shot. This actually scene right here, I actually really found it to be pretty dope. We rented an Airbnb, so then we went outside to get the main scene where he was actually like walking down the road, just acting all drunk. And we saw this cage. I'm like, yo, bro, it'd be pretty cool for you to like put your head through it and actually like represent you turning into a monster. Like you're literally like it's a new form of yourself, right? So you'll see it later in the video where he actually does that. I thought that was pretty cool. Kind of just improvising, a bit of a run and gun type of idea. But yeah.
Things I've been through, me not deserve it. People fuck up and then like for burn bridge. I know if love real, but I am searching. Right now, me fuck up one way, I mean I know. That's no emotion.
This scene right here is actually my favorite scene. Shout out to Bankroller. Visuals, he was on set, he kind of helped like brought my vision to light. So essentially for this scene, I probably can show you guys. I'll show you. This scene right here, you might think it's a white wall, but realistically, it was the blinds in the Airbnb that I was at, and we kind of just super makeshift. We're just like, yeah, we're gonna make this work. I want to basically show his shadow and show him actually like kind of like turning into a monster, but with a reflection behind of him. So I'll show you real quick how it actually looked originally, and then you'll see how we actually like finessed it and kind of like added some sauce to it. But this is actually the location. You can actually see that it's a blind. But basically what we did was we zoomed it in. I think it was probably a shot at like 50, maybe 70 millimeters, and was able to kind of get that finesse look where it looked as if it was like a professional studio, white screen type thing. But yeah, here you can see like his background being shown. Thought it looked pretty cool. Look at that, you know? That was pretty cool effect. Once again, like simplicity wins, right? I know I mentioned earlier that like we had all these crazy effects, but end of the day, the simple concept kind of won. Pretty funny. And also as some backstory as it's playing, I'm not sure if I mentioned this earlier, but basically the song blew up on TikTok, and at the time I was working on several other projects, and he reached out to me. He's like, yo, bro, like the song blew up, like we need to get it out ASAP. I was like, yo, bro, like I'm pretty busy. But then I actually looked on TikTok, I'm like, holy shit, like 1 million views. I saw a lot of reposts. So essentially that happened the Thursday night, and he wanted to drop it the Friday. So I talked to him at like, I think it was like 12 a.m. And by 4 a.m., we actually had the video edited, and the preview was out by 10 a.m. the next day. So yeah, once again, simple ideas. And I think us being crammed kind of like forced us to perform. And end of the day, the song is a pretty big hit song, and it did pretty well. So for all the guys out there, I know I'm pretty young into my career, but always remember that, you know, sometimes it's good to be fancy, but there's nothing wrong with like being simple and just trusting the process, right? Because if I didn't trust the process, I definitely wouldn't have actually like been able to like put the video out, and we may have missed out on a potential hit song. Well, it is a hit song, but yeah. Anyways, I want to show you the part I was talking to you about earlier, where it's talking about where he comes through the fence. So yeah, this is the makeshift section. Essentially here, lady puts his head through it. I thought this was pretty dope, man. Looks like he's like abroad or something. It doesn't really look like it's outside of a hotel. And I really like the way how he acted. Like, shout out to you, Nhance, bro. You're a really good actor. Amazing guy with performances. It means the videos. Can't get one up for that. Essentially here for this scene, what I wanted to do was, originally I had planned to have him look up into the mirror, and then his eyes would turn red. But once again, that didn't work out. But I still think it came out pretty good. Yeah, you'll see. You'll see it. Right here, he'd be washing himself off. and be himself again. Kind of him trying to find himself is pretty dope. Yeah, that's basically the entirety of the video. Yeah, it just shows how a simple video can kind of still work. I think it was I booked a villa in Portmore. Originally, we kind of just had to plan to use a room with this one makeshift white wall, and then the bathroom. But then over time, just running good energy, we're like, yo, let's go outside. Let's get you some scenes where you're walking down the strip. I had actually planned to have like the ground like rip apart as he's walking, kind of show that like he's literally like the world around him, society is just it's all crumbling. So that's how we ended up outside. But once we went outside, change of plans, we kind of just worked with the flow and kind of worked with what we had. So I'm glad how everything came together as a video. And yeah, I don't know if you guys realize I use zero transition effects. I use zero plugins. I think I just color graded. I cut it up, and if you look how I actually edited it to show you how rushed of an edit it was, I use Nest. So I'm sure most videographers out there is watching this will know what nests are, but if you don't know what nests are, essentially it's a way for you to line up all the videos, something like this are your clips. And then once you do that, you can combine it, make it one, and then you're able to just like view 4 screens at once and literally just cut and paste. So I can show you guys a quick example, what a nest would be and how I was able to actually like edit this video within like 2 hours. So basically what a nest is, as I said before, is really you just syncing all of your performance shots with the audio. Once you do that, obviously you delete the audio and then you combine all of it together into one. And essentially nests are usually used for like weddings, podcasts, or, you know, just shots where you want to see more of the screen than once and you're able to just quickly cut up. But because, you know, of the time constraint we had, I thought that's maybe the most efficient way to do it. And I'll show you guys how I did it. So basically here, I already had lined up all my performance shots and I had them sync to the song we had. So once you do that, you would then right click, like you select all your performance shots. You then right click, you go here to nest. You could name it. Here I have nest 16. I had a lot of nests. And I'll just use this for publicity interview. Okay, boom. So then you'll see this green thing to show that it's been nested. So once it's actually already been nested, what you then want to do is turn on your multicam view. In order for you to do that, you would then, actually before you do that, sorry, you want to go right here, right click, hold up, you want to go right here, you then want to right click, multi-camera, click enable, right? And then once that's done, you would then want to enable your multicam. It's this small bloody thing right here where it shows toggle multicam view, select it, bring it down, okay. And then boom, while you're playing it now, hold up, sorry guys. You can literally see all the shots at once. I'd recommend, depending on the type of computer you have and your specs, that you have it to the lowest quality. I'm fortunate enough to have a more faster computer, a 3070 Ti, a graphics card that can manage it. But anyways, as the song's going on, you can click whatever parts you want to use. So I would go from here to this part. So let's say this part, then back to this part. You can literally lay out the whole song in a matter of 20 minutes. So once that's done, and you actually play back what you have so far, you'll see that all of the scenes I clicked are automatically selected. So just like that, you can save yourself like 2 days of just cutting up and literally just shoot a music video in 20 minutes. Edit a music video in 20 minutes in terms of like cutting it up and laying it out. So that's basically what I did. And after that, I just went back over brush it up. Like another cool part of this is like, say you have this one scene right here that you don't really like, you can click this part and then select a different part, a different scene for that cut you had. So now, as you'll see, I'll be playing the new scene I just selected. Sorry, there, which is pretty dope. Computer's moving a bit slow, but yeah, that's kind of how I was able to edit this video within no time. Um, and yeah, that's multicam, guys. You should definitely check it out. You can also add effects, and nesting itself can be used for many different things. For all those guys who get a bit more intense with effects, nesting is pretty clutch because sometimes, you know, you can't, like once you stabilize certain images or certain shots, you're not actually able to add effects to it. So once you nest it, you're actually able to slow it down more than the required speed, and you're able to add a lot more effects. So just go check out nesting, and definitely look into multicam if you do shoot weddings or you're in a time crush for a music video. So obviously, when you guys hear this song, it's talk about him really just turning into a monster and how he's been hurt and how people have done him dirty, even though he didn't really feel a need to do that. So when I was originally creating the treatment, I had, as I mentioned many times throughout this video, I had basically wanted to show him, you know, turning into a monster and how society kind of screws up people mentally and kind of like makes people become mean, evil people, right? So when I was shooting the video and even when I was editing it, I really wanted to show people, I really wanted people to feel the hurt of what Nhance was saying. I want you guys to feel the lyrics. So actually, one of the parts, my favorite part of the video, when he says he's turned into a monster, I believe it's no. So basically, right at this point, I'll mute it. So right at this point, you know, to kind of touch on what I was saying, I wanted to just make people feel the lyrics and feel the emotions. Here, when Nhance was like screaming out "no," I thought it'd be pretty cool for him to literally like represent his soul leaving, like he's repenting, right? So you'll see him. I thought I had muted, but anyways, guys, I thought it'd be pretty dope for him to show part where he's literally like opening up his chest, kind of like letting his soul out. So that's one way I thought about visually showing that he, you know, that's one way I thought about visually bringing to life the lyrics he had. And I hope that, you know, through the visuals that many people can see him literally transform, kind of do unusual stuff through his movements, his acting, and kind of, you know, represent that he was turning into a monster. And yeah, nope. So like, I guess it's a wrap up of the breakdown of the video. So to kind of get into more what I want to do moving forward and kind of the success I've had from since the video. Since this video released, I was able to work and move in with Andrew Blacks, and that kind of ties into what I have planned. I definitely think I want to work with a lot of great people like Popcorn, more international acts like Burna Boy. I want when people fly into the country, I'm able to be the videographer they choose. And I also like to be able to fly out and get different opportunities. I actually have a couple of music videos right now with some big UK artists. You can check out Sleeks. Sleeks on Instagram, I think it's Sleeks Music. And then there's Blade Music, which are two pretty big drill UK rappers I've worked with. So I definitely want to branch out into furthermore into the UK scene. And then in terms of here, I actually am going to be working with SZA. To me, that is something very huge. My mom actually had passed away last year, and SZA was one of the few people who I was able to listen to on a daily basis to kind of help me keep afloat. So that was me finding out that I'm going to be working with him is kind of like a full circle moment. It's kind of like a dream come through. So I'm pretty excited for that. And in terms of where I want to be in the dancehall space, you know, there's many things I could have chose to do with my camera, and there's many different paths I could have took. You know, I have a university degree, but I had a passion for dancehall music. Always have kept up with the music, always have been around, you know, artists. So now that I'm able to be around some of the largest dancehall acts, I definitely want to remain in this space. I want to, you know, be competitive. I want to be the top videographer within this space. And I believe with just a matter of time, equipment, and obviously the mentorship of Andrew Blacks and the team, I think I should definitely be able to, you know, reach there. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for that. And if you guys don't already, feel free to check out my social media at RB Visuals, where you're able to actually see me well, more so tag along the journey of me, being at the peak at the dancehall space. So yeah, my YouTube channel is Romario Brown. So that's Romario Brown. My Instagram is going to be Romario Brown with 2 N's. And then, of course, the main page you should be checking out is RB Visuals JA, which is literally RB Visuals JA. So go check it out. Stay tuned. You'll see my progress throughout the dancehall space. And probably will see your favorite artist featured on there somewhere, whether it's a vlog, studio session, or just me hanging out with them. So boom. So this is RB Visuals, also known as RB Visuals JA, representing for the one and only 24 Dancehall Top Shotta series. If you're not tapped in, you'll be tapped in soon. Don't wait till it's too late. Thank y'all for tuning in.
24 dancehall, like dancehall, you know the thing going.
24 dancehall. Hey, 24 dancehall, you know the thing, mad.
24 dancehall, that we are saying.
24 dancehall. Are you there?
You got 24 dancehall, either them on a top rank, them on a Mr. Universe, and body for bomb buckler,